Happy Wednesday. How we doing? Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Hello! Why does it feel like it's been ages since I've streamed, but I'm pretty sure it was like the usual, like Saturday. But whatever. Anyway. Excuse me. I am eating. One of these days, I will wait to unmute until after I finish my food, but it's fine. It's a snack. It's a Kit Kat. It's a chunky Kit Kat. But I hope everybody's doing well today. Why does the... Do I have to... Okay, hold on. I gotta resize chat a little bit. Just a tad. Just a little bit. And center it again. Hold on. Hold on. That'll do. That works. That works. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a lovely day. I was initially planning to put Persona music as the BGM, but I don't want to risk that. Because some of these songs they don't like and will get me a copyright claim, and I don't want that. So when in doubt, Hoyoverse. But anyway, whoops. There we go. I am tired. I theoretically could have already started stream earlier because I had a physiotherapy around 1 and I was already back at like 2 p.m. so I could have started a little earlier, but then I had to help out my grandfather. My grandfather, who was trying to sell stuff on eBay, and I had to help him not get scammed. Because my god, he's been trying to sell this some kind of like cable or some, I don't know what exactly it is, something that he wanted to get rid of, and so he put out a thing. What do you call it? Like, he put out the article and had like a couple people, you know, message him immediately, and thankfully my granddad is at least like, he's not the most tech savvy and he is not like the most up to date with, you know, modern scams and whatnot, but he does have enough like awareness. Yippee! He does have enough awareness to, you know, see a message that sends him some weird nonsense link and not click it. So at first it was like he got this message allegedly claiming that you know, his article had been bought, and to go to this link to, you know, to continue or to proceed or whatever, but he couldn't really figure out how to like input some of the information on eBay, which to be fair is really weird because I couldn't figure that out either, like payment information and stuff like on the site. So I just like, I had a look because I was like, well, if it's just a message from the alleged buyer saying that they bought the thing, that's already suspicious, and the link they sent is like just random numbers and letters, that's suspicious part 2. And so I went over it just in case, you know, checked stuff, looked some stuff up and read up on it, because, you know, I'm more aware than he is, but even I am like, I'm not sure. Like, I also never use eBay, so I don't know how it's supposed to work. And we figured out pretty fast that one was a scam, so that's whatever. Then he had a second person who sounded, at least, also because the first person, like, that was their only message, like not even like an attempt at like conversation or asking questions or whatever. Just the first message was like that scam message. And so the second person started off like more naturally, like, hey, like, I would like to buy this thing. Do you ship to this city? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then a very similar message appeared like a minute later. telling him to input his email address. And I had already read about it before, but even then I was like, again, like, suspicious. And that's where my granddad went. I mean, you know, because obviously, like, if they asked for, you know, like, payment information, like bank info, whatever, obviously he'd know not to send any of that. But even he was like, I mean, like, email address shouldn't be that should be fine. No, that shouldn't be a big deal. And I immediately went, no, don't risk it, just in case. I'm gonna look it up, and like, they clearly, like, the site themselves, like, they clearly say, like, no email, no nothing, because, you know, they can send you an email that refers you to you know, another link from where they can just, you know, go on. And so I was like, that one as well, just don't trust it, just leave it be. And then, like, 5 minutes ago, eBay sent him a notification or an email telling him that user as well seems very suspicious and to not trust them. So there's that. So I think now he's just given up. I think now he's just giving up and, like, taking the article off. So he might just toss it out. Sad, but it's whatever. But yeah, so that took like another half an hour to almost an hour. So there's that. And Fuyad, welcome in. How you doing? Ellie, how you doing? Have to sleep, but I gotta know where Akashu falls. What do you think where it'll fall? What do you think, buddy? There is only one correct answer. But also, go sleep. Go sleep. Is it like what time is it for you? It's gotta be like super... It should be in the morning for you, no? We're gonna watch the Sparksy trailer in a bit. We're gonna watch that before we get started. It better be high. Oh, tippy top. I can already, like, this should come as a surprise to no one. I guess, spoiler, or something. Tippy top. Fucking, no question. Top tier. 10 out of 10. They ruined me. They continue to ruin me every time I think about them. And Frog, welcome in! I've only played a bit of P5X, so I have no skin in the game, but I'm excited to hear your opinions as always. There'll only be, like, 3 P5... Well, technically 4 P5X ships, because I'm also not caught up with the story yet. I am currently on the 3rd arc. So... And I have not done, like, most of these social links, or the confidants, whatever they're called again. Synergies, bonds. So I'm only familiar with the main cast. Mostly. So, we're only gonna include, like 3 to 4 of those ships of the characters that I've already met, and I already have a decent grasp on, I think. Stayed up all night playing Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't slept yet. It's 7 AM. Dude! Go to sleep! I get you forever? Hell yeah. Yeah, a couple ships will make their way to the top. I also, like, the tier list I have also doesn't have, like, every P5. They have ships from every Persona game, but not every P5 ship. Like, a lot of, like, the confidants were kind of left out, which, to be fair, I don't really mind, because a lot of them I don't have any strong feelings, other than, you know, platonic. I love all of them platonically, so... and Lenny, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, we are gonna watch the Sparksy trailer before we get into the tier list makings. I've also, I've already posted about it yesterday or last night, but I think that in the future, from now on, we are gonna have more tier list streams and more like these fun streams, because I've been, you know, I have so many ideas and I've been wanting to do them for a while. It's just that up until now, I've always been like trying to hold back, because, you know, all of these fun things I do, I also want to turn them into videos. But I take a very long time to edit videos, and I also don't have an editor yet. So, because I cannot afford to pay someone to edit for me. So, I've kind of always been like holding back and trying to make sure that I don't have like too many works in progress before I start something new. But honestly, I think from now on, I'm just gonna say fuck that, and I'll just do these whenever I feel like it, and I'll probably still try to edit most of them, you know, to upload them as videos. But I might, if it's longer videos, either I'll just put even less effort in than I already do, or you know, this stream, or if I stream a tier list tomorrow, you might only see it like 6 months from now, whenever I decide to finish it. So that's also an option. So yeah. Because, like, there's so many, like, tier list ideas and other fun ideas that I've had that I really, really want to do. I also want to do more collabs. I want to ask more people for, like, you know, guess who's and stuff. I have a Persona 5 guess who prepared. I want to do guess who's of other games as well. And invite people to them. So I'll just say, fuck the videos. I'll get to them whenever I get to them, or I'll just leave them as streams. Whatever. So, yeah. For example, Fuyad, yeah, that. Especially like bigger ideas like that. Yeah, for sure. So be prepared for more tier lists, more ideas like Fuyad, more assigning things to characters. I have like from ages ago like some Ace Attorney tier list ideas still, or tier list / assignment ideas. Hopefully more collabs in the future. And yeah. Yeah, more fun ahead. More fun ahead. But also, yeah, bye-bye, Elio. Sleep well. From now on, Deltarune mentioned. That too. That's also still upcoming. The Deltarune stream. The big Deltarune stream. Opinions are so divided on the ship with my friends. Oh, with Shuake? I mean, opinions on Shuake are a little divided in general. To be fair, although I would say that most of that stems not even from, like, the ship it... My dog is here. Hold on, I will let dog inside. I would say, like, most of the, like, Shuake discourse doesn't even just stem from, you know, the usual, like, ship discourse and homophobia and whatnot, but also just from, like, Akechi's character in general, because people have a lot of opinions on that guy. Some of which are questionable at best. So, I can see that. Reminds me, I was working on a Transformers ship spreadsheet. I should finish that. I have heard that Transformers ships are actually, you know, pretty established. And yeah, that there are quite a few, like, bigger ones. Well, let me catch up real quick. I remember mentioning the idea, like, before your was it before the reverse? I had a feeling it was after. I had a feeling it was during, wasn't it during, like, wasn't it during the Ace Attorney stream? I don't remember where it was. But, we'll get to that. We will get to that. Dog, what are you sniffing at? Dog? Dog, that's a painting. That's not a painting, I'm lying. That's a picture. That's a thingy. What are you doing? There is only dirt there. Hey. Health. 9. 9. Who's fine? Who's good? Take the shit. Don't lie on the floor. There is a carpet right there. There's a rug right there. You can go lie down there. Huh? Dog says hello. Dog says hello. Na, 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 na. Oh, I'm gonna read that. Canon queer couples, nice. Oh, that's cool. I've never been into Transformers. I know Transformers exists, and I've seen it around when I was a kid, but I've never gotten into it. I remember that one stream with Ghost and a couple other folks, the Arcana folks, where we read like a couple like cursed as hell fanfics, and I think one of them had Optimus Prime. But that's about all of my exposure with that franchise. One of my main special interests for the last 3 years. Nice. Yes, dog is lying next to my chair now. But, yeah. Let me... Hold on, let me do this. Can I please... Okay, there we go. Choco. 9. 8. 8. Vad är det? Nästa. Vad är det runter? Choco up runter. I don't know why we're up here, but... Or just continue to sit next to me. Sure. Whatever. You know that... My dog, knowing that lying on hard floor, cold floor is not good for his joints, what does he do anyway? Lie on the cold hard floor. If my granddad's outside working on some stuff, like in our backyard, what does he do? Lie down in the wet grass, and then he continues to limp for a few minutes because that was not good for him. Because he is a little idiot, and now he's sitting in front of the stairs. Sure. You do you, buddy. Anyway. Half an hour-ish. My dog is lying on top of my feet. I'm not gonna be able to move for a while. Yeah, that also happens. That tends to also happen. Usually with me, it's when I sit down on the couch, they sit down on my lap. Although I have managed to train them both, like to, you know, to get off when I want them to. One of them, like, I just have to like move a little, and usually he'll just get off. And the other, I have accidentally trained to. I just need to ask him, may I get up? And he gets up and leaves. So that's really cute. And easy. And not on purpose, but it works. Oh no, he probably doesn't know that. I don't think he is that smart, sadly. And even if he was, I think he wouldn't really care. Because he is a clingy fuck. He's a clingy old grandpa, and he needs to be with everyone at all times. If you go somewhere, he needs to be there. And he doesn't care where he lies down, or where he waits for you to be done with whatever you're doing. He just needs to be there. Still haven't decided if I pull for Sparksy or not. On the one hand, I want Yao to have more options. On the other, I don't want to take options from Archer. I mean, if you're not saving up for anyone in the future, you may as well, you know, maybe like go to one pity if you're not guaranteed. And see who comes up, like see who you get. I'm not gonna get her because I'm waiting for Ashvale. Not me. Speaking of Sparksy, turning off the music. Oh, I have to swap the audio source. Hold on, that's that, okay. As someone that's a certified Sparkle hater, I do not recommend getting her. I wouldn't say I hate her anymore. I still think she's annoying. She can be fun, but mostly annoying to me. I like the mask. I actually really liked the mask because the mask was more human and showed more, you know, the whole identity crisis. But then the mask fused back with Sparksy, and now I'm like, I wouldn't say I hate her, but can't say I like her either. I would still prefer her to Ron May, but that's not necessarily a high bar, you know? Like, maybe I'd rank Sparkle at a 3 to 4 out of 10 now, which is a little better than she used to be, but... Hilarious that the mask showed more emotions than the actual person. Well, wait until next week, then next week. Oh yeah, drip mark. Yeah, you could also wait until drip marketing. That is true. That's true. Her technique animations are cool, but I'm not really a fan of her as a character or the push to pull her. You and me, you and me. I do love that Sparksy's idol gave us a new meme of having every character in the game perform that stupid little dance. I've seen it with I've seen Lygus and some others that I forgot. Mainly Lygus is who I saw. So that's funny. Did I not turn the music off? I apparently didn't. Oh, there we go. Anyway, speaking of Sparksy, we have yet to watch her character trailer. Ravings, with a cute little puppet. Look at that, it's cute. Let me know if you can hear everything. I'm turning the subtitles. Oh no, subtitles are on. Subtitles are on, but in German. Never mind, they're not. That's just YouTube, for some reason, switched to German, even though I don't know why it did that. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, that fuck yeah. By the way, I watched the I watched the what was it called? The clickbaity video in my own time, and it was wild. Jesus. Music. That's a little loud. Okay. There's probably so much like references or whatever in this trailer. We're gonna go through it after the first watch. This is a bomb. I've seen that. I saw that on Twitter. I know those glasses. This is a really fun trailer, though. Did she really slap her? Oh my god, that's good. Ooh. There's so much going on in this trailer. Jesus! See, that Sparkle, like Sparkle, I like that one. That one's cool. I like that. That one's fun. I do enjoy media that explores the internet, that actually feels like it's been made by people well versed with the internet, and so far the story quest has hit that for me. Honestly, yeah. Okay, let's rewatch that because there was so much happening there, and I only processed like 40% of it. I feel like. Is dog still there? No, dog has gone downstairs. Okay, from the top. Sparksy flying out of the car. Oh, there's multiple sparkles. They're everywhere. Live on the scene. Oh, I didn't even see the chat down there. Leave Sparkle alone, let me handle this. A new hero has arrived. Sparkstacular Arcadian Adventures. My god. What is that dance? I know that I know that dance move. Whatever it is. I've seen that before. Banner ass. Due to force majeure, the streamer has gone offline. And her coming out of the screen. The real Sparkle, self-proclaimed. Okay, what in the... What does this remind me of? What does that remind me of? I don't know why my first thought was Paper Mario, but I probably not. I also like the occasional switch between 2D and 3D. Those little mushroom things are so cute. Oh yeah. Because, who doesn't need 43 guns at their disposal at all times? I know those glasses! Oh, and it's like the 5-star pulling animation. Or like part of it, the stars. Jesus Christ. Wasn't the Danganronpa? The Persian. I love this expression. She's so done. Hold on, can we, I think I didn't see that properly. Sorry, again? You know, I just want to make sure I'm catching all the details, you know? Want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, good. I think I got it. And what is with that expression, ma'am? What is with that expression? At least her eyes are on her face. Hold on. Objection to what? Tan, welcome in. How you doing? Okay. Oh god, there's so much happening here. I saw like, really? Like, I'm sure there's so many other like references and memes here that I like just didn't pick up on. But that was a lot. But it was also fun. So that was Sparksy's trailer. Am I gonna pull for her? No. Oh god. Ah. Woo. But that was good. That was lovely. And now to something completely different after I drink some water. If you have not hydrated in a while, then please do so. Get your juice, water, soda, whatever beverage you have that hydrates, and have a sip. Turn the music back on. And now, to the actual main attraction of today's stream. The P5 Brain Rod do be hitting. So, we are going to be ranking, not every, because this is the only tier list I could find, and it doesn't have every Persona 5 ship, but a good chunk of P5 ships. I do believe it's every Phantom Thief combination at least. So, that's good at least. And if there's any ships in particular, platonic or romantic, that are not featured here that I want to include anyway, I'll just put a little thing in the corner here or somewhere, as like honorable mention, so you know my thoughts on them or whatever. Also, a disclaimer that there's a high chance that this stream is not going to be spoiler free. There will be spoilers for the Persona 5 main game, Vanilla, Royal, possibly Strikers as well, and maybe a little bit of P5X, but chances are lower because I'm not even that far into the game yet. I'm only on Arc 3. And there's only going to be like 4 ships, including P5X characters. So that's just a heads up. Actually, maybe I'll put that as a... Maybe I'll just put a... Properties? Maybe I'll put a little warning at the bottom here. P5 spoilers. Whoops. Spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Move this a little bit. Okay. And now let me make this a little bigger. I could put this at the bottom here. Okay. Alright. This tier list does have ships from every Persona franchise. All of them. We're not gonna do all of these. We're only gonna focus on P5. And if there's time, maybe we'll grab some P4 ships as well, because that's the only other game that I've played all the way. At least the main game. But we'll see. For now, it's P5 only. Which I've sorted out here. So... Oh god. Okay. Without further ado, let us begin. Starting with, honestly, probably like the first main ship you would think of, or one of the first main ships you would probably think of in the game, or you would come to face with, which is Joker and Ryuji. See, I used to be real big on Pegoryu. But, I don't know, I feel like it's died down a little over time in comparison to some other ships that have gripped me stronger. But I would still consider it... I also haven't even introduced the tiers yet, but the tiers should be pretty obvious, you know? Yes, but with a little less enthusiasm, as in, these are still cool and I like them a lot, but they're not, like, my top favorites. Maybe, as in, I haven't considered them much, I haven't thought about them much, but I'd be open to it, you know? I am considering it now, as of ranking. Platonic, familial, those I prefer, you know, in that area more so than romantically, and those that I just don't like or don't care for. Which honestly I don't even think there's gonna be any of these, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, Ryuji and Joker, I'm gonna, you know, they were one of my OG ships. I'm gonna leave them at the top because I do still love reading fics of them. Oh yeah, they're definitely one of the bigger Joker ships, I'd say. For sure, for sure. Next up is Joker and An. Platonic. Platonic. As with pretty much every ship on here, I get it, but I'm a sucker for straight friendships. As some of you may be aware of. And An and Joker just have they just have bestie vibes to me. Joker and Yusuke, I like, but I wouldn't consider them my favorites. I don't consume them much, usually just like, I don't really seek them out, but I do like them. I like their dynamic. They're, I like just Yusuke being Yusuke and Joker entertaining him as much as he does. They're both weird in their own respects, and they complement each other. Same with you know, Joker and Ryuji. These two are more like, I wouldn't quite say opposites attract, a little bit, but you know, they're you know, they've got the bro dynamic as well. Joker and Makoto. Now, I have a little bit of beef with this ship. Not necessarily because of the ship itself. Besides it just not being my cup of tea. But it is, unfortunately, another prime example of the bar for straight ships being so low. So low, much lower than it is for most, if not any, or generally any queer ship. Because you will have so many people claiming that Joker and Makoto are the implied canon ship, that, you know, the game is clearly pushing these two and whatnot. Even when they don't really have much going for them there. Like, what do they have? In what way is the game really pushing them, right? We have Makoto's confidant, which, you know, has the fake dating trope. Sure. We have that one scene, well, we have two scenes in Futaba's arc. The first one with, you know, Makoto being scared of the dark and holding on to Joker because she's afraid, and Joker saving her from, like, an attack one time during the boss fight. And then we have maybe like one or two cutscenes where they just happen to be standing close to each other in one camera shot. And that's about all we got. And yet that is enough for people to go, oh yeah, clearly, I mean, look at them. Oh, I'm looking. And that's all I see. That is all I see. She's not even one of the girls who have a canonical crush on Joker. She's not even one of the girls that I've confessed to Joker. That's another thing. Right? Like, if she was like Sumi or Haru, where at least it's clear that they actually had feelings for Joker, and they, you know, one of them confessed and the other one was actually hurt at getting rejected. I could see that a bit more. Would it be enough? I don't know, I don't think so. But at least that'd be something. But not even that. Makoto is another case of she probably has, as honestly probably every Phantom Thief, at least at some point, has had, you know, romantic thoughts about Joker, or a little, you know, a little idea, and it's always Joker who takes the first step. Which is why I'm always like, this is a whole nother topic. I'm generally, you know, like, I have my gripes with the way you can romance characters in Persona games. It counts for all of them, I think, but I'm gonna go specifically P5 with, you know, number one, the fact that you can only romance the women, of age and adults, And number two, that except for 2 cases, it's not even the female characters showing genuine interest, or not even that, or like confessing. It's all any romance option minus Sumi and Haru is always Joker confessing first and Joker expressing clear interest first. And then when he confesses, the confidant just goes, "Oh, yeah, sure." Which is why I've always been convinced that like every Phantom Thief, every confidant has at some point had like a little like, you know, puppy crush or like, you know, a fleeting crush on Joker, and it's up to Joker just take that initiative, and if he doesn't, they'll convince themselves that like, oh yeah, I guess that was nothing, or that'll pass and we move on. Like, you know what I mean? Like it ah, God. That's a whole nother topic, honestly. And if Makoto at least was like Sumi or Haru who and showed actual genuine interest outside of those very clearly forced scenes, I'm gonna be real, that'd be fine, but not even that. So it really is just like, meh. I'm gonna go platonic familial because I do like, you know, the idea of them still being like team mom and dad of the group, although Joker is sometimes, you know, sometimes he hands off his brain cell and just joins in on the shenanigans, and it's Makoto trying to wrangle them by herself. I might get crucified for this, but I think An shows more interest in Ryuji than she ever did for Joker. Oh yeah, absolutely. And those two are another topic. We'll get into them a bit later. I have some thoughts about them as well. But, you know, like, if it was like a Ryuji and An case, I would get that. Because these two do genuinely have the chemistry. I'll talk more about them in a bit. But if they had at least the amount of interactions and you know, dynamic, not the exact one, but, you know, in terms of like frequency of, you know, interactions and whatnot, I would get that a lot more. I still understand it, you know, I understand why people like it, why people like the dynamic of these two, but they really don't have that much going for them in comparison to other characters. And what they do is very much, it feels very forced. It very much feels like Atlas is just like, it's just like shoving them in a scene together and like, here, jingle jingle, dangle dangle, there's something there. Go wild. Jingle, jingle, jingle! So, yeah. Joker and Futaba, siblings. I know people who ship them. Personally, siblings. I love Big Bro Joker. Haru and honestly, like, I mean, listen. And if I say every other Joker ship is gonna go here because Haru and Joker as well. Need I explain this one? I don't think I need to explain this one. But I will anyway. But I mean, what is there to say? Like, I do, as frustrated as I am with Atlas for not allowing you to date any of the guys from P3 onward, I do appreciate their commitment to, so far, their commitment to forcing it upon you anyway. Like, they really went, we're not gonna let you make the choice to date any of the guys, but we will force you to watch the protagonist grow close to another male character. And we will force you to watch them make out in their minds, whether you want to or not. And you know what? I kind of respect that. You know, credit where credit's due, I guess. And it also in a sense, you could also argue that it is that way, not only because of the homophobia, but also because these kinds of ships, like Joker and Akechi, whether you like them or not, their dynamic was always going to happen. Like, they were always going to grow as close. Like, this is not a... The only real influence you have is whether or not you do his confidant. And even if you don't do his confidant, there will still always be a special sort of rivalry and intimacy between them that you can do nothing about. Like, that is just in the story. That is just part of their characters. That is part of their dynamic, regardless of what you do. And I appreciate that. Yeah, that's why I said P3 onward, because I do know in P2 there is a gay romance option, which I'm very happy, very looking forward to whenever I get around to it. I'm currently in, I think it's chapter, like, the 3rd main arc, or chapter 3 of P2, the first one. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, these two are, like... In terms of intimacy and their relationship and their depth, they're the Narumitsu, the Fighty of Persona 5. Like, you even have people who don't care about shipping and people who don't like shipping at all look at these two and go, oh yeah, these bitches gay as hell. And whoops, no, get back up here. Get back up here. So yeah. This one's just a no-brainer. There are two, but the other just says... Wait. And two, as in two... Wait, what are we talking about? Are we still on P2? Are there two male characters you can confess to? Are there two men you can confess to and one of them just rejects you? Which would also be cool, actually. See, that's what I would love as well. I would love at least 1 or 2 cases where you can confess to a character and they just reject you. I would love that. That'd be so cool. Like, give us more variety. Have the option to just get rejected by a character. And also don't just fucking, what's it called? Abolish the fucking cheating option. Because what's the point? You can't make a character like Joker or Makoto or you and give them their own personalities and characters and partial backstories and limit their interactions to, you know, or limit what you can do with them, but then give them an option like cheating on your girlfriend, which is so incredibly out of character for them just because you want to fucking bait the self-insert people. Like, dude, if you want to date multiple characters in the game, force us to break up with the first one. If you want to date Makoto but you're already dating Haru, fucking make a choice. Either continue to date Haru or make it so that you have to break up with her before getting with another character. Because I could actually see that. In Joker's case specifically, I could absolutely see Joker like dating around and getting with, you know, like going through several relationships. He just wouldn't be a filthy cheater. But if he makes his way through all the Phantom Thieves at some point, I could fucking see that. Like, genuinely. In P2, the game makes you choose between the 4 companions, 2 men, 2... Oh! The other guy isn't into you that way. He's just a bro. Junus the actual dude romance. Wait, is the other guy, like, part of the main group? Or... Because, like, right now, where I am right now in P2, like, it is Eikichi, okay. See? I get that. I feel like even in this case, you could have gone, like, you know, 1 male, one female, do, like, I don't know, even if it's not, like, confidants. Have, I don't know, Hifumi or I mean, Shiho isn't a confidant. But, I don't know, An. Or something. Or even Futaba. You know, have them reject you when you try to confess to them. And maybe Ryuji, because, I don't know, I personally, I believe in bisexual Ryuji, closeted bisexual in denial Ryuji, but I can absolutely see him just being a straight dude, bro. So, like, that's so cool. That's so cool. The one you can date is the one that joins the last. Yeah, I have not met June yet. I'm currently, like, right after the concert hall, incident, without giving too much away, I guess. That's around where I am right now. So, as of now, the gang is only Maya, Yukino, Lisa, and Eikichi. But yeah, they really need to, like, to switch things up with whenever P6 comes out, which, you know, whenever / if, I guess, at this point. Yeah, they just need to add more variety. Like, if you want to let us... And also remove the adult options, or have the adults reject you. You know, have the adults be responsible adults and reject you if you try to confess to them. You'll love to in Tatsuya, their dynamic, just vibes-wise, will probably make you Fujoshi all over. Oh, I am so looking forward to it. I am so looking forward to it. I am so excited for that. Yes! I'll probably continue playing P2 later today. Probably. Anyway, where were we? Haru. Joker and Sumi. This one I can see, even though I still think it's a little forced just because of the way Sumi's character was written in Royal in general, where a lot of the scenes where she appeared seemed kind of forced, and served like no real purpose other than to go, hey, here she is. Here's her interacting with Joker. There you go. But at least she canonically has a crush on Joker, and she even confesses. So, I respect that. Still, platonic. Joker and Mishima, platonic. No platonic. But I can see it. Hifumi and Joker, platonic. Shiho and Joker, platonic. This one I actually quite like. You know, maybe I could even rank these within the tiers. Maybe I can rank these within the tiers because it's not as many. I'll do like this because siblings. On before her, then Sumi. The more I think about it, I think I like Joker and Haru platonically would be kind of fun. I feel like just based on like Haru's character, her and anyone platonically would be real fun. So I guess I'll do this. Yeah, I'll do it like this. I'll do it like this. Now we get into another big one. Ryuji and An. Okay, so we already talked about them a little bit before. First things first, I get it. Very much, I get it. If you told me that Ryuji and An were supposed to be, you know, implied canon or future canon, I would believe you. Because I can definitely see that. Because they have the interactions, they have the, you know, the closeness. I definitely understand it. Again, sucker for straight relationships, especially ones that you know, are so close you could mistake them for a couple. I'm gonna place them at the tippy top of this tier because to me, I wouldn't even consider them like siblings necessarily. Like, I don't view them romantically, but not as a familial thing either. I see a lot of people also consider them like siblings, you know, like sibling banter and whatnot. I don't know. I would not consider them that, but still on a platonic level. personally. The crying cutscene at the boat kind of made me see it. I get that. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like they do a little bit of what they did with Makoto and Joker, but in a way that makes more sense because their relationship is already established early on. And it's not just like random camera shots. It's actually, you know, like you can see that a lot of the time, they specifically like banter with each other and comment more on each other than they do with other characters sometimes. So I definitely understand why people ship them. Also, childhood friends, yeah. We don't really know like how close they really were in middle school, but at least close enough, I would say. Like at least on a like they get along level, you know? I would assume because I would assume they may not have been like besties, not like best friends, but at least on a level where maybe they hung out occasionally, or they didn't have trouble, you know, like talking with each other and having fun every now and then. And then it just grew apart when they changed schools or when they moved to high school. That's kind of like where I'm at right now, where it's they know each other, but they've not like been attached to the been attached by the hip from childhood age. But yeah, I love Ryuji and An. There's also just something to be said about, and I'm gonna try to like phrase this the way I intended to come out. The idea of An, who throughout the course of the game, presentation aside, but who's a major part of whose character is to, you know, her like struggling with her self-confidence and learning to accept herself more and be more confident in her appearance, you know, the modeling, the Phantom Thief work as well, using her looks to her advantage, and just being more sure of herself and willing to put herself out there. You know, body positivity and all that. And horny teenager Ryuji, who despite some of his like comments and scenes and moments he has, still very much respects An. Like, finds her attractive, obviously, but also still respects her and wants her to respect herself. Like, one of my favorite scenes between the two of them is the beach scene, because it starts off a little weird, you know, when you have An like come out in her bikini and the guys stand there and you know, meet with them, and Ryuji doing the grabby motion and whatnot, but An just not being bothered by it at all. She just laughs it off and doesn't care about it at all. She just finds it funny. And Ryuji, as soon as like he notices that like An doesn't care, and she, you know, she puts her arm around him and she's joking around with him, Ryuji also being like, like not really like engaging further, not taking it any step further. It's like that one moment An laughs and then she approaches him and he's like, okay, settle down. But also, you know, which I like about Ryuji's character, which is that like he is very much a horny teenager, but he also knows boundaries. And, like, he's still respectful of boundaries, you know? Like, he doesn't take a chance just because he has it. I believe there's one scene, or one dialogue, that I can't recall how exactly it goes, and I don't remember where it is. It's somewhere in the game. It might have been, like, during a confidant or something, or, like, just hanging out with the two of them, where, An tells him, like, if you do this thing, or if you manage to pull this off, I'll go on a date with you as a reward. And Ryuji just directly shoots her down as like, don't say it like that. Don't, quote, sell yourself like that. That's sad. I don't like that. Showing that despite his comments and despite his, you know, his attraction, he he does value, you know, the other party being willing as well. Like, he doesn't want to take a chance just because he's being offered it. So, I really like that despite their antics and despite Ryuji's antics, he still very much respects An as a person and wants her to value herself. Even though she's willing to, you know, play up her looks and you know, use her appearance to her advantage, Ryuji wants her to still, you know, be aware of her value. And I really like that. I really like that. To me, they are absolutely besties, but I can see why people ship them. Definitely. Ryuji didn't run over the line like Yosuke did during the Camp River scene. We do not talk about the school camp period, because that was so many things wrong with that entire mini arc. With that entire trip. From that to Hanako's entire character, once again, to the scene with Kanji. Like, my god. Dad got home, so I went to greet him and grab snacks. Snacks! Yeah. Really good. Really good. Ryuji and Yusuke? I love them. I think I love them more than Joker and Ryuji. Something about these two, again, I'm a sucker for opposites attract. Can you tell? Can you tell? Is it obvious? I think their dynamic is also kind of like honestly kind of underappreciated, because oh god, I have something in my eye. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think an eyelash just fell into my— okay, hold on. I gotta get this out. Oh god, I like noticed the moment it fell into my eye. Hold on. Fuck. Guys. Out. Get out. It won't come out. Oh, fucker. I may have gotten it. I'm not sure. I don't think I do. But, it's whatever, I guess. It's whatever, I guess. Hold on. Oh, Rose! How you doing? Hold on, I'll read up. Wait. Wait, betrayed? Why betrayed? Why betrayed? But how you doing? Legit was like, ain't no way, Yosuke, you're blackmailing the girls to wear swimsuits, and then it was back to back with the kanji stuff. Legit thought the game wanted me to hate Yosuke writing all over. Yeah, I love Yosuke, but my god, there's some issues with his writing. There's some issues with his writing, for sure. Oh, by my eyelash? I wasn't betrayed by my eyelash. Yes. Yeah, I do hope, like, there's a couple things that, were a little iffy about P4 that I hope the remake can, if not completely fix, at least improve. Number one, Hanako's entire character. At this point, like, they're either gonna, like... Because Hanako's character was literally just fat phobia, the joke. Like, her character serves no purpose other than to go, haha, fat person being a bitch. Haha. So, her character, either, like, you'd have to rewrite it entirely or just remove her. I wouldn't mind either. But god, she sucks. Not because of her, like, not because of her character, like, not her as a character, just, like, the reason she even exists. Like, her writing is just so awful. Like, they really crossed off everything with, like, fat girl thinking she's hot shit and being too heavy for a motorcycle and breaking it. And eating, like, triple the amount that a normal person does. And calling herself, you know, the prettiest and the most gorgeous and this, you know, like the skinniest whatever. It's awful. It is awful. But yeah. Ryuji and Yusuke, that's where I was at. Opposites attract. I love... I think they have, like, a good chemistry, you know? I think they have a good chemistry in general. With... you know, a bit of a rough start at first. But... I don't know, there's something... I don't know how to, how to explain it properly. But... the way they interact is just so fun. Upsetting fat phobia is still so prevalent? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. For sure. It is unfortunate. It is unfucking fortunate. Next up, Ryuji and Makoto. I get it, and honestly, I prefer it over Joker and Makoto. Because, aforementioned reason. So, still platonic. What? I'm gonna put it higher. Maybe around here. Because as friends, I really think they're very cute. Same with Joker and Futaba, though they're just gamer buddies, and they could, I mean, Ryuji isn't as much of a nerd as her, but you know, gamer buddies. So I'm gonna put him... maybe I'll put him up here. Here. I want you to know this stream has inspired me to re-download P5X. Hell yeah! P5X, I've recently gotten back into it too, and you can definitely tell that the first two arcs are definitely, you know, on the meh side. Even I, as a residential P5 glazer, can say that the first two arcs were sort of weak in my opinion. But from like Act 3 onwards, they definitely stepped up their game. I think that's when, you know, that they had a writer change, and so as far as I am into the third act now, there's definitely been a step up, definitely been an improvement. Yeah, the third palace so far is very good in my, like, is pretty good in my opinion. It's just that I keep getting stuck because I keep like I'm like so under, like every boss is, or every other boss is kicking my ass, so sometimes I just can't progress and I have to farm some more, which kind of sucks. I do wish they had like a story mode or something for that, but it's whatever, I guess. Unless they do, but I haven't seen that. I stopped mid-arc 2. Yeah. I stopped like towards the end of arc 1, but the second arc I like more just because it introduces Shun, whom I love already. Shun is like a mix of Shun. It really is like a Yusuke and Ryuji love child. He has the mannerisms of Ryuji, but the autism of Yusuke, for lack of a better term. Like, he definitely feels like a mix between Ryuji and Yusuke. And I love that, actually. Yeah. Ryuji and Haru. Somewhere here after Ryuji and Futaba. Shuna's so fun. I also love his code name. Soy. A soy boy in, like, almost a literal sense. Ooh. Something about it. I love... Okay. Little ranting coming. Okay. You know what annoys me? You know what fucking annoys me? Is when people pretend that Ryuji... I mean, most of the fandom thieves, but in this case, Ryuji hates Akechi because of, like, one dialogue, one, like, Mementos dialogue that... I don't know what the fuck whoever wrote that was on. That's like where it's that's like in third semester where Akechi goes like, by the way, thank you for stopping Shido, I really appreciate it. And Ryuji like really like rudely is like, that was for Joker, not for you. Just like really like brushing him off and being like very, you know, distanced and kind of like standoffish or whatever. And people like point at that and like go, see, Ryuji hates his ass, when that is just utter bullshit. Like, are we just going to ignore the dude, you're more than special, and Akechi usually being the first one, Ryuji usually being the first one to ask about Akechi whenever he's brought up, like asking, or addressing his existence, like, of course, being frustrated over his death, noticing, you know, the first one to call out for him when he's around, explicitly, like, making a point to include him in their voting. Like, are we just gonna, like, claiming that Ryuji hates him is just so weird, because no, he doesn't. Like, it's one thing to be like, Ryuji doesn't forgive him, because, you know, most of the, like, the fandom, like, most of the, like, none of the fandom thieves really forgive him for what he's done, which makes sense. But forgiveness doesn't make or break your affection towards a character and your respect to them. So it really frustrates me whenever I have even in like fics, whenever people portray Ryuji as like incredibly standoffish and hostile towards Akechi, when that's just never really been the case. Especially because we also know that Ryuji isn't one to hold big grudges. Of course, like, this isn't like a small time thing, you know. He did kill two of the other thieves' parents, so not forgiving him for that is absolutely valid. But the idea that he or any of the thieves hate Akechi is just so wild to me, when it's a lot more nuanced than that. And while sure, some of them, understandably so, would not like be buddies with him, and he wouldn't with them either, it's not as simple as just, oh, they hate him. Ake and Akechi, all the way at the top. Would I even... Okay, no. I think these three might be on equal grounds. And Pegoryu might be a touch lower, you know, at the bottom. But it might be these two at the top, then, I always forget their ship name, and then Pegoryu. Opinion on Joker, Ryuji, Akechi, all three? Oh, I fucking love it. Oh, that's like one of my... That might be like at the, like all the way at the top. I love the triple. I love the polycule. Give me the polycule. I want it all. I want it all. I think that'd be so fun. Like Joker and Akechi, like Shuake with anyone, I feel like would be really fun because you generally always have two different Jokers essentially, because Joker's dynamic with Akechi and Joker's dynamic with other characters is just inherently different. That like there's a lot of layers to it. I do like polyships. I definitely like polyships. Yeah. Yeah. Usually I cut it off at like 3, maybe like 4 people, just because I haven't really. Well, I mean, I'd be open to more than that. I just haven't really read many fics or see much content with like more than 4 characters. But I guess that'd be fine too, honestly. Yeah, fucking go polycule. Hell yeah. Let's see. Next up is Ryuji and Sumi. I've actually seen a few people shipping those two. I guess because they're both athletes. And I get it. I would probably put them around here. Middle-ish of platonic / familial. Oh, Anna and Yusuke, besties. Yeah, 3rd place, I think that's fine. Third place on the platonic familial tier. Okay, now we're getting to the An ships too. An and Makoto. Let me sit on that for a bit. Huh. I have not really thought much about them. But honestly, I might put them into maybe. I don't know. I can't. At least here, of course. And you know what? I'm gonna like remove this one because I'm not gonna use it anyway. Yeah, maybe. It's a perhaps. An and Futaba also have not thought much about. I think I'm realizing that I might actually be more interested in An ships than I thought I was. Not gonna lie. Same with them. Maybe it's just because An's one of my favorite fandom thieves. God. It's fine, I just choked. An and Akechi, listen. The agenda, I have fallen for it. The An and Akechi besties agenda, I have fallen hook, line, and sinker for it. Maybe even more than An and Yusuke. Absolutely, yes. An pulling all the baddies? Truly. An and Sumi, I'll go with bottom of friends because no, like here-ish, lower end. Shio and An, yeah. An and Mika, I think was her name, right? I mean, wasn't she kind of a bitch? I remember her being kind of a bitch. And I don't know how much development, I don't remember how much development she got towards the end. Maybe? Maybe? Futaba and Haru. You know what? I'm gonna make a new tier. Add row below. Because I feel like there's a difference. I feel like there's a difference. No, I think this one I put it in maybe romantic. This one I'll put in maybe platonic. There it is. And you also maybe platonic. But then I have to hold on, I have to do this. There we go. And Futaba and Haru I'll also put in maybe platonic. Oh, okay, actually, okay, wait. Yusuke and Futaba. This? I couldn't tell you what about it. What it is about them. Definitely like top, like almost to be top of platonic. I kind of get the appeal. I kind of get the appeal of them romantically. You know, they have a little bit of that bantering going on that I actually really like. I don't know. I'll put them here. I'll put them at the top of this one. Now, because I have considered it before. I have considered it. So maybe. Like either way, the dynamic is there, and even in canon, you know, they bicker a lot. So I don't know. I think it could be fun. I think it could be fun. Yusuke and Makoto, I have never considered, but I am willing to. Same with Yusuke and Haru. Put him up top here. Put him all the way over here. Honestly, Yusuke and Akechi I think would be nice because Yusuke is definitely a lot more he's less pushy than, for example, Ryuji would be. He is more respectful of boundaries, and he's not as overbearing. I feel like him and Akechi would be able to bond more quietly, you know, more calmly, I guess. I think Yusuke would be able to like to understand Akechi like in a and bond with him in a just in a different way. Because Yusuke is naturally a more level-headed person, a more not necessarily rational, but a more composed person. Where with Ryuji the approach would be more casual, just him naturally trying to include Goro and you know, hang out with him and whatnot. With Yusuke, I feel like there would always be like a silent acknowledgement of sorts. So I do I put them at the top? Fuck it, I'll put them at the top, I guess. Honestly, yeah, because I they're around here. Yusuke and Sumi, haven't considered it, but I'm willing to. Same with Makoto and Futaba. I do like their like tamer rivalry of sorts, or the idea of them, you know, always being a little standoffish towards another. I do think that's a fun dynamic, so I'm gonna put them around here-ish. Maybe one lower. Yeah, middle-ish. Haru and Makoto, that's a given, you know. That is like one of the Yuri ships in this game. So absolutely I see it. Absolutely I see it. Makoto and Sumi, never considered it, but I'm open to it. Yes. 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 I have a lot of thoughts about Futaba and Akechi. Where would I put them? Above, at least here. Above these two. I think even above An and Yusuke. Would I put them above An and... honestly, yeah, maybe. Because number one, they're both like they can both bond over Featherman. Number two, I personally, and this is part headcanon, part speculation, based on what we know. I have always held fast to the idea, to the theory that Wakaba was one of, if not Akechi's first target. Back when he was, like, literally just starting out. 15-year-old child, teenager, starting out, having just gained his powers, schmoozing up to Shido, starting to work for him, being taught by Shido. This is something that I always have to emphasize. That he didn't have a Morgana to teach him how the metaverse worked. All his, like, his experience and his knowledge of how the metaverse and his personas work came from A, trial and error, 2, Shido, who, even if he had known how the change of heart works, probably wouldn't have made use of it. Probably would have just gone with you gotta kill this guy anyway. So I love the idea of Wakaba's incident being like one of, if not his first hit, and Akechi not fully being aware of the weight of his actions, of the consequences, of what was, you know, of the entire, like, of the circumstances, which doesn't excuse it, obviously, but I've always liked that theory, and seeing that as a bridge to reconciliation with Futaba, at least. Still doesn't change, you know, Haru's situation, obviously, but in their case specifically, I've always liked seeing things that way and using that as a means of, you know, not quite burying the hatchet, but just reconciling the two. And there's the fact that he is, you know, horrifically down bad for her basically brother. So at some point, I feel like it'll happen either way. Again, not about forgiveness, just, you know, begrudging, respect, acknowledgement, whatever you want to call it. This one has grown on me. Futaba and Sumi, this one has grown on me. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. Would I seek it out? Maybe not, but like if it happens to be like a side ship in a fic, I will enjoy it. I will enjoy it. Very cute. Haru and Akechi, there's a lot of tension there. There's so much tension going on there, and I vibe with it. I fuck with it. Higher, I think maybe here. Higher than Makoto and him. But I think I prefer, maybe I'll have to put these two down, actually. No. Maybe I'll do this. The tears are starting to get blurry, but that's fine. Haru and Sumi, never considered it, but I'm always open to. Akechi and Sumi, yes. I'm aware of the difference in their dynamic from in English and Japanese, where English Akechi is definitely quite a bit softer on her than he is in Japanese, and all that. But I do think that over time, they could end up being good friends, or at least, you know, on a friendlier level than he might be with other thieves. Just because Sumi is like so naturally like kind, and you know, she doesn't have the same grudges as the other thieves do. So it's easier for her, or it might be easier for her to get close to him. So yeah. Somewhere around here. Somewhere with the other catchy friendships. Honestly, Akachi and Sai, yeah. Yeah. You know, what's it called? Not quite mentor, but sort of a guardian figure. I like it. I like it. Somewhere around here, I think. Because I've not thought about it too much, but I very much like their dynamic. Or what their dynamic could be. Now we're getting to some triplets and some that I just saw and sparked a thought. So we're gonna get them as well. The Shujin triplet, besties. Besties. Some are high. Some are up high. Yes. The third semester triplet, I could see as romantic. Because as I mentioned before, any Shuake plus character combination can make for some interesting content, interesting scenarios. I'll put it as a maybe. Definitely platonic, maybe romantic. Listen, I've never thought about these two, but sure. Let's go lesbians. Because why not? Same with these two. Let's go lesbians. This one, I actually have given some thought before. And I'm gonna go with yes. Maruki and Zenkichi, sure. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Something about it I think would fit. I think something about it would be cool. Yeah, why not? I'll just take all the adult men and throw them in a pot, and honestly, any combination works for me. Any combination, I'm in. Okay, now we are... Actually, no, there's one more, that I saw, and I don't know, something... You know, platonic. Why not? Maybe platonic. Maruki and Ichinose? Sure. Sure. A little dangerous, maybe. But they've both had their character development. So... why not? Now we're getting into 4 more P5X ships. Joker and Wonder. I actually haven't haven't done any of the like Joker or like original Phantom Thieves content in P5X yet. I've seen scenes, and I think Joker and Wonder always have given me like a brotherly kind of vibe, you know, like a sibling vibe. With Joker like being the younger, a bit more ambitious and less brain cell heavy, one of the two. Something about it I really like. I might put them, I don't know, here. The heck? You mean P5X? Oh no, you mean strikers? There is a surprising lack of, well actually there is some, I think some like striker. There's some weird combinations here, by the way. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is Sayori doing here? And like cross game. Fucking Maruki and Adachi. Futaba and Yosuke. Like, what the hell, sure. Yeah, there's not many striker ships here. Although, to be fair, the only striker ships I would have would be with Zenkichi. And my only... You know what? You know what? You know what? Make a new text. Where is it? We're gonna wait. We're gonna get through these last couple ships, and then we're gonna add on. And then we're gonna see who might be missing, and we're gonna add them as honorable mentions. So, hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. For now, the last three. Shun and Wonder, at least maybe romantic. Put it up here. I have to sort these as well. Hold on. Like this, sure. Yes, Motoha and Tomoko. Yeah. Weaker than An and Shiho. I'm just very P5. I'm just very royal biased, and I haven't had enough time with them yet, so, you know. And Motoha and Shun, besties. Besties. Put him here. Middle-ish. Okay, now. These are all the ships we have. Now the question is anyone missing? I saw there was a dog girl, Phantom Thief, whatever the group is called from the game. Did you get to her yet? I think she's one of the, like, the social links. I have not really done any of those yet, because I'm just busy, like, trying to catch up with the main story and farming. I'll get to, like, social links at some point, but I think I've met her already, yes. I think she's a pretty recent one, if I recall. Like, globally, at least. But I've met her already, yes. But I'm not familiar with any of those characters yet to make a solid judgment on how I feel about them. Now, one character... Actually, two characters. Let me... make it smaller. And, hold on. Hold on. What is... Hold on. What is this font right here that I have? That's... Berlin Sands. Okay. There we go. Where is it? Okay, it's up here. Okay, sure, that's big enough. Let me go over here. Nope. Go back to Demi. Where's the outline? Outline. Outline, make that black. And make that a little bigger. Okay. Who do we add? I have not heard of a dog girl. I'm excited to meet her once I've gotten back into BFFX now. Yeah, she's cute so far. The first one that I will add, because I have not seen, he's not been here at all. I'm not gonna add every platonic ship. Some of them are very obvious. Like, obviously, every father figure in the game, like Iwai, Sojiro, Yoshida, all of them, and Joker, those are his father, his gunkle, and his politician uncle. I'll add Lala because Lala is beautiful, and Lala is gorgeous, and Lala is we love Lala. Everyone should love Lala. And I love Joker having a drag mother. So she also, yes. I will add, however, honorable mentions. Lala. I love Lala. She is lovely. If you don't love Lala, you're homophobic and transphobic. I have given this ship some thought just because I actually don't even know what the like age gap is. I just know they're both fathers and they're both adult men. So thoughts? Imagine. Just imagine. From one father to the other, from coffee dad to gun dad. Cannot love Lala purely because I haven't seen her. Wait, I will show you Lala. Hold on. I will show you Lala. Lala is beautiful. Persona 5 Lala. She is the owner of a gay bar. Drag bar, gay bar, whatever it is. And we love Lala. Hold on. Look at Lala. Look at our queen. Oh, that's a pretty shot. We love Lala. She's tiny here. So you're telling me Joker's been to a gay bar? He has been to, I mean, I don't think it's specifically a gay bar. However, we do have a mother, and you can work part-time at that bar, and they do cross-dressing. And she has offered, whatever, like once Joker is of age, she has offered to let him cross-dress at her bar. So I will take that. She is beautiful. I love Lala. I need a Lala confidant. I need it. Fuck. Okay, no, not fuck Oya. I actually really like Oya. I am one of the 10 people that actually really like Oya, and I will always do her confidant, even if it costs me time. I will always do her confidant because I really like her, even if her buffs are kind of useless. It's fine. I'm here for her character. But yeah. Honorable mentions. Sojiro and Iwai, because yes. While I'm at it, Sojiro and Zenkichi as well, because yes. I don't care if Sojiro is the straightest man to ever have straightened. I will make him fall in love with a man. Yes. Do we have anyone else? Anyone else that you guys can think of that I can think of? Because the Strikers edition would only be Sophia and Zenkichi. Sophia is just like, she's just everyone's daughter / little sisters. Incredible turn of phrase. I've been watching, I've discovered a new P5 playthrough a couple days ago, and by I actually don't know how her like her name, like user stream content creator name is pronounced. I'm gonna say it's Pmacism, Pay, who has played 3P5R, and she and her chat have referred to Sojiro as a John hetero, which is not entirely wrong. But yeah, I don't care how straight this man is. I will bend him. That sounds wrong. I will make I will make him kiss men. Leaving it at that. Anyway, honestly, I'm trying to think. Is there any like of the confidants that I think even like regarding the confidants. I mean, of course, there's, you know, Kawakami being mother. Like some of these are very like. All the romantic ships that I have are here. The rest would just be like platonic / familial. I like Kawakami and Joker as, you know, Kawakami as a guardian figure. I love EY, period. I love EY, and I love him and Joker. Okay, you know what? Listen. We're getting into the rare pair territory. Both platonic and romantic, mainly platonic, but consider. I need to make this. Hold on. I need to change the format. Hold on. Where can I change? Can I change the format somehow? Alignment. Right. Make the font a little smaller. Make it like 55. Okay. Big fan of queer platonic. True. I kind of like I kind of like squished the queer platonic ones into platonic. Like I can see the Shujin trio as queer platonic. An and Ryuji, Yusuke and An. I kind of like threw them all together. But yeah, and I'm also not like, I know what queer platonic relationships are, like roughly. But I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough to like solidly assign that to anyone. But I support all queer platonic relationships. Valid based, yes. And I could definitely see a case for a lot of the ones that I put in platonic / familial. Please don't bend him, his spine is probably too weak to be bending at his age. Also true. Especially with the way this man walks. Like this, are we sure these two, are we sure him and Joker aren't biologically related? Because they have the same fucking slouch. They have the same, these men do not know how to stand straight. They're gonna be suffering from horrible back pain and neck pains later in, well, the soldier probably already does. Like, dude. Let me think, is there anyone else that I let me think of the confidants, but I think I just realized Morgana isn't in this at all. Morgana is not in this at all. But obviously, Morgana platonically with everyone. That's a given. Ichinosa and Sophia platonically. Familial, obviously, like... These ones should be obvious. These ones should be obvious. I think that's all I got, though. I think that's all I got. What am I trying to think here? I mean, as I've said, take all the P5 adult men, take Iwai, Sojiro, Zenkichi, Maruki, and mix them up, and any combination I will happily get on board with. These are, I think, the upper two are, I think, the biggest ones, but any combination, sign me up. But I think that might be it. How far into the stream are we? We are 2 hours in, so this might be a bit of a short... Oh god. Shorter stream? Ugh. Whew. Okay. But this was fun. This was fun. I am definitely gonna do more tier lists in the future from now on. Tier lists, hopefully collabs, like Guess Who collabs and other fun stuff. And I'm just gonna stop worrying about like editing and uploading them as videos. Maybe I'll do it for all of them, and some videos you're just gonna see like a year after the stream. That might be a thing. Maybe I'll prioritize like games like HSR and stuff that are, you know, constantly updating. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. But speaking of which, one of those is actually gonna be this Friday, because we are gonna have another tier list stream on Friday. But I'm not going to be by myself. I'm going to be with someone else who has so graciously invited me. Someone who has been on the channel before. Blazing Flame Studio, aka Blaze, who I've gotten to know pretty recently, and offered to do a Genshin tier list. A big Genshin tier list, which I still doubt we're going to be able to finish in one stream, which is going to be ranking Genshin versions. All versions. All the way 1.0 to Luna 4, 5, wherever we are right now. 5, I think. I highly doubt we're gonna be able to do that in one stream. Or if we do, I'm not gonna be able to be around for that entire stream, because that's gonna be more than 3 to 4 hours, I feel like. Just got back into Genshin, so perfect timing for me. Hell yeah. It's also gonna be a little tricky. I'm definitely gonna have to wiki up, because I feel like anything before 2.5/2.6 is very blurry for me, because I only joined around 2.1. So I wasn't there for like the entirety of 1.x anyway. And you know, my first year of playing was a little, like, before Sumeru was a little is a little blurry, because it's been like, what, 3 years? 3-ish years? But yeah, that's gonna be on it's gonna be around the same. It's gonna be an hour earlier than usual. So instead of like 2 to 3 UTC, it's gonna be at 1 p.m. UTC, which I think is like 8 a.m. Eastern, in case anyone wants to know. But like it's just a little earlier than my usual stream time, but still in that range. Still in that range. But yeah, I am going to clock out here a little earlier than usual, but it's fine. And we're gonna be back on Friday. I thank you all for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I wish all of you a lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Consider checking out the following / subscribing to the Twitch, the YouTube, the Blue Sky, the Twitter. Consider checking out the Patreon if you like anime reactions. Yeah. €2 a month, whatever that is in your currency. And yeah, that is going to be it from me. Stay safe, y'all. Take care. And bye-bye.